The numerous fires still blazing across Sonoma, Napa, Mendocino and Lake counties have blackened more than 80,000 acres. There is almost no containment on any of the major fires. The Tubbs Fire, which started in Calistoga and swept into Santa Rosa Sunday night, is the most destructive. Entire neighborhoods in the city were flattened. Flames engulfed homes in the neighborhood of Fountain Grove. Firefighters are still trying to save homes in several other parts of the city. Your brain just goes dead. It's like, what do I take? What do I take? Shirlene Gilman, Santa Rosa resident. After a night of devastation, an orange sun peeked clearly through a dark gray sky over a blackened lawn in front of the Hilton Hotel. The resort has been reduced to a charred heap. Across the street, smoke billows from Journeys and Mobile Home Park. The community, now mostly in ashes, was home to seniors on fixed incomes. Journeys and Mobile Home Park flattened by wildfires in Santa Rosa. Residents like Shirlene Gilman stroll slowly through debris. She points at a charred driveway. "This was my home," says Gilman, as she wipes tears from her eyes. Gilman inherited her yellow mobile home from her mother 7 years ago. "I just feel so hopeless," she says. Across the street, a community swimming pool is now a black puddle surrounded by torched deck furniture. Gilman looks up and down her streets at the smoldering lots, recounting the names of neighbors who have lost their homes. Like many residents in Santa Rosa, Gilman received a knock on the door in the middle of the night ordering her to evacuate immediately. "Your brain just goes dead," says Gilman. "It's like, what do I take? What do I take? I mean, I got a few clothes, but that's about it. No TV, no radio, no Wi-Fi, no anything. So we couldn't get messages on our phone, so we just evacuated ourselves." Bonnie Shelley, Santa Rosa 1 block away, a neighbor of hers counts his blessings. Kenneth Sima stares kind of wild-eyed at his brown mobile home. "I'm looking at my home still intact," exclaimed Simus. "It was scary last night when I left here. It was like an inferno. Things were popping and banging. This home next door was engulfed. The only sign of damage on Simas' home is a layer of ashes on his front porch railing. A home less than 40 feet away is rubble." Fortunately, downtown Santa Rosa was not damaged by the flames, but all businesses are closed. A day after the fire started, there wasn't a soul walking along the streets. But a shelter at the county fairgrounds is packed with people nervously making calls, trying to find out more information about the homes they fled. Bonnie Shelley lost power in the middle of the night on Sunday. "No TV, no radio, no Wi-Fi, no anything. So we couldn't get messages on our phone. So we couldn't get any message to evacuate," says Shelley. "So we just evacuated ourselves." Shelley says the hills surrounding her home in the Oakmont senior community were blazing red in every direction. "The winds last night were unbelievable. I've been here 10 years and I've never experienced anything like that. No wonder the fires are all over the place." Shelley wasn't even able to evacuate in her own car because her garage door wouldn't open with the power out. So she hitched a ride with a friend to the emergency shelter at the fairgrounds in Santa Rosa. She's still waiting to hear whether her home is still standing. "I brought this blanket that I'm sitting on," she says. "Thank God." Shelley's purse is the only other item she has with her. She doesn't even have the charger for her phone. 24 hours after she evacuated her home, she was still depending on officials at the shelter to tell her what's next. Santa Rosa residents face neighborhoods destroyed by fire. The 10th of October, 2017. Leslie McClurg reports for KQED Science, primarily on medical and mental health, with a sprinkling of stories about space, environmental toxins and food. If there's a natural disaster brewing, Leslie can usually be found right in the midst of a catastrophe. She's reported on disastrous floods, fires, droughts and earthquakes. Her work is regularly rebroadcast on NPR and PBS. She is an Edward R. Murrow and Emmy Award-winning journalist. The Society of Environmental Journalists recognized her beat coverage of California's historic drought. Before joining KQED in 2016, she reported for Capital Public Radio, Colorado Public Radio, KUOW and KCTS in Seattle. You can find her on Twitter at Leslie McClurg. You can find her KQED medical science stories, her environment stories, and general news stories.